This morning I'm going to take down that birch. See that river birch with the lean that's right in the center there. Has a lot of lean. The tree's been dying over the past several years. You see the crown is about half dead. And I have a bunch of picking up to do out here already where we cleaned around that pond bank. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that tree down too. And while the yard's still fairly firm, I'll be able to get out here and pick up the wood and start splitting it. Anyway, with that much lean, of course, that's when you definitely want to use a bore cut so you don't get a barber chair out of it. When you cut a tree like that has that much lean, what you want to do is try to line that up so most of the side lean is taken care of by moving around that tree. Let me see if I can move around here. See, now it doesn't lean quite so much when you get around here, and I'll go a little farther. We'll line that up when I set up my hinge. We'll line that up so that there's very little side lean to it, and then it'll be a real safe drop. So that's what we'll be doing here in just a little bit. And boy, look at the beautiful colors out there on the pond. The sun is just gorgeous this morning. After 3 cloudy days and lots of rain, it's nice to have some sunshine. And boy, the colors reflecting onto the pond are just gorgeous. And after I get that birch tree down, I'll be able to see the colors even better. The birch tree is impeding my view. Oh boy. Yeah, look at the sunshine in those trees. Isn't that beautiful? And then the colors reflecting on the pond are gorgeous too. It's just wonderful. Anyway, I'm going to go have another cup of coffee, and then I'll get out here with a saw and we'll knock that tree down. We are going to drop it out this direction, and it's got some side lean, but not too bad. The thing that bothers me the most is we've got a limb on the west side of that that's going to rake through the top of that little pine there, and I hate that. So I'm going to kind of I'm going to be bringing it this way a little bit to soften up that branch going through that tree. For the weight, I'd like to be over to the left, but we're going to go this way. It should hang on to the stump okay. It's not an excessive amount of lean. We're going to kind of go this right in this direction. If I come around here, I get rid of some of that lean, but then that limb bashes right square through that crown on the pine, and I don't like that. So we're going to set that up and see how she goes. Okay, we got her down. And it looks like the little pine tree is just fine. That's a good deal. I was a little concerned about that, but looks okay. So now I've got some bucking to do. Okay, well, I'm going to get busy bucking. And thank you very much for coming over to watch. You can see the hinge there. I left a generous hinge. This tree's about 18 inches or so, and I left a good solid 2 inches thickness on that hinge. I wanted it to get moving before it decided it was going to tear sideways, and it hung on where we aimed. That is a good deal. Okay, if you look at the stump, you can see where I pushed through and then cut back. Okey-doke. Always look at your stump. You'll notice how the fibers pulled apart there. They didn't break. You get a hinge thicker than the tree wants to bend, that's what you're going to get. But if you're cutting for grade or veneer, you really get those hinges down thin. On firewood, it doesn't matter. Better to be safe. Okay, good to see y'all later. And just like that, she's down.